Hello, test, test, test. 1, 2, 1, 2. Hello, test, test, test. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay.
No one's ever stolen anything out of here. Not in the whole history of the whole history.
Okay. Hmm.
Safe travels.
Da, 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 da. Finns ledworking. Borde jag här?
It was like grim and like foggy. It looked bad.
Yeah.
But there's a very nice bakery in there. But the whole town was like, there's something about a town that is built for the snow that when it's not snowing, it looks bad. 'Cause
Yeah,
it, like,
especially when it's just between that in-between period before there's color there.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
definitely during the hot point in Hokkaido, I was like, damn, everything gray, everything
Oh yeah,
dead.
everything's gray, everything's dead.
Yeah.
It looked like shit. It just didn't. I felt like it was a bad time to go because nothing ended up looking good,
Yeah.
except for when we scaled like a fucking mountain that had snow on it, and it looked so sick when we were cycling on it.
Yeah.
But there's like no signal at all.
So no one could see it.
Well, so I did. People could see it because we had like the fucking thing on the bike, so it did end up working. But it was just very finicky getting it all to work. And the whole Hokkaido leg was really nice because there's no cars. But at the end of the day, like I was like, man, I just want to fucking go to a restaurant or like some kind of good lunch spot.
Yeah. I realized what motivates Connor, and that's just food.
Yeah,
Food. That's
food.
just food. If there is like, you know, compared to like all the donations and all the nice messages,
that helps too.
which
but
helps a
the
little bit,
food
but
helps
the biggest
most.
thing is knowing that he has a lunch place to go to.
Well, if I was doing cardio all day, that would probably be my biggest motivation
It's
as well.
so
you know?
important, man. 'cause
Yeah.
if you have like a fire meal, it's just phenomenal. And when the lunch place we went to, I think it's called it's been Fort by the Ocean, I think it's called.
Fort by the ocean.
Tomokomai. Yeah, dude. This place was so fire.
Damn.
Yeah.
Dude, the pizza, I had a whole pizza and a whole pasta.
I'm getting
and they did like
hungry.
amazing coffee.
Yeah.
And oh my lord.
Yeah, it was just this gem in the middle of nowhere. I don't know how you found it, but it was fucking delicious.
Hell yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
oh my god. And there's so many like fresh eggs and so many good pizzas and phenomenal coffee. And it was just like we hadn't had that. Oh, the cheese.
Yeah. I joined the cyclone. I sit down and I'm like, okay, I will just order a pizza or something, a meal for one. Meanwhile, Chris and Connor beside me are like, all right, I'm gonna get the fries, a pasta, and a pizza each, and Connor's like, should I get the cheesecake as well?
I
And
got
I'm
the-
like,
I got the cheesecake.
motherfucker, what?
I got the cheesecake.
And then
Bro
he
has
did,
the carb load, dude.
and then he did, and I'm like, what is going on right
I was
now?
really full after that.
Yeah, I bet.
That fucked me up a little bit. Because then when we had dinner that day, we went for sushi and I had like 2 pieces. I
Yeah.
was still full.
Yeah. Like I thought I just had to have a meal for one. Meanwhile, the 2 besides me, I forgot were just both having a simple meal.
simple meal.
Just a simple meal, ordering a gourmet fucking 3-course.
And that was where you explained domestic girlfriend to Chris.
Oh,
He was
yes.
horrified. He was horrified.
I don't know why this happens.
Yeah,
every
I
single
know.
time.
I think someone donated and was like,
Yeah.
explain domestic girlfriend to Chris.
Oh my god! But I think one of the favorite things we came across was that train station in the middle of
Oh,
nowhere. I forgot what the name of the train station was.
There was
but-
a train station that was just like a train cart.
Yeah, it was just
like
a
it'd been
car,
abandoned.
and it looked derelict. It looked like abandoned, but it looked like something out of a Studio Ghibli movie or something.
Sick.
John left the door open.
Yeah. So I'd forgotten because we went to explore it, and it wasn't an automatic door. It was like, of course, it wasn't an automatic door.
Of course.
But my brain was just like, cool place, open the door, and someone had left like a like some documents there for like check-in. So I don't know how you buy tickets. I assume you just
Maybe on the train.
yeah, maybe
Not
on the
sure.
train, but there was like a guest book of people who went to the station, and it was like super cool, super old.
Yeah, that's the problem with these like Inaka train stations is that
Yeah.
like most of the time we're so used to like tapping on or like someone
Yeah.
being there,
Yeah.
but then you rock up to some of these places and it's like, oh, I'm inside the station. Oh, and now I'm on the platform.
Yeah.
It's like where the fuck do I get a ticket? No one is here,
Exactly.
and the next train comes in 4 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I'd forgotten that it wasn't an abandoned building, and I just left the fucking door open.
Okay, they closed it. They closed it.
Luckily, the staff members got my back and they closed the door for me.
It was very
So-
funny because he was
I would be
cycling and
glad
then it
to
like
teach you
cut to their
anything
camera
at the age
and
of
then just them closing it. It was cool. Yes, we had like 2 cameras this time, like 2 feeds. So we
Yeah.
were constantly changing between it. It was really cool.
Nice.
The tech, it's been upgraded massively.
Yeah.
It was really, really fun.
I made an
Uh,
appearance finally.
Oh yeah, you did. That was so fucking funny. Because when Felix was with us, so Felix
Yeah.
joined us on 2 really remote days actually. Like
Right.
kind of was in the middle of fucking nowhere. He joined us, I think, joined us in Kushiro, I think,
Right.
around there, and we had like it was one of the windiest and foggiest days. It was horrible,
Yeah.
but he was powering through.
I'm giving a speech on the
And during the whole time, I don't know why Chris is obsessed with being like, Joey's in his fucking hammock. It's all he would go on about. And then he was like, Joey's eating CBD gummies in his hammock. Motherfucker should be here right now. And he, like the whole thing, and he's like, Joey never calls me. And I was like, do you text Joey? And he's like, no. And then for some reason he's like, I'm gonna call him. And then you call him out as well. It's so funny.
Yeah, I was like with my family.
Yeah.
I was like hanging out with my aunt, and I just randomly get this call from Chris, and I'm like, what the fuck? Chris never calls me. So I thought it was like an emergency. So I picked it up, and then I realized that he was on the cyclothon. And and then he was giving me shit for no reason. He was like, why aren't you here? Why do you never call me? Why did you ever text me? And then I roasted him on stream. And then I guess Connor told me afterwards that he was legitimately like, what the fuck, the entire day.
He was like, no, I always message Joey. I always, it was like,
And then I was
he's
really-
actually annoyed by it.
Yeah, and then it was really funny because the next day he was like, let's go to dinner. It's like, when I get back from Cyclothon, we should go to dinner. And you know, he did. He followed through.
That is such a Chris thing.
He took me to like a teppanyaki place, and you know, it was nice. And I was
Yeah.
just like, oh, this is very out of nowhere, Chris. Like, oh, this
Yeah.
is, you know, what happened? This is like something special occasion. And then I
Yeah.
remembered the call that I gave him on the Cyclothon. And I'm like, I guess.
Yeah, I just don't know why he was so obsessed with like taking jabs at you. He's like,
Yeah,
Joey,
right?
Joey in his fucking hammock.
I was like, I'm spending time with my family, and he just like calls me and just like starts talking shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
I don't know why.
Well, I don't know why either.
He was so obsessed with just making fun of you. I don't
Yeah,
know
right?
why. Yeah, he just something about
It's
you.
his, it's his
annoyed
coping
him.
mechanism.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
think he'd get upset with it. He's like, fucking Joey. fucking bastard.
In my hammock eating CBD gummies. I don't think I've ever done that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. Even though he's like, he's snorting gummies. I don't know why he keeps saying that.
Snorting gummies.
That's what he kept saying. I don't know why.
He clearly takes a lot of drugs.
I don't know. So yeah, you finally made your appearance. That was nice.
Yeah.
And then so we 15 days. It was endless. But it goes by really quick. It's so weird. It's like the first day you cycle and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
14 more fucking days of this.
Yeah.
And then you get to day 7, you're like, oh, it's halfway already. And day 10, you're like, oh shit, it's gonna end soon. And then the last day, you're like, oh man, I kind of want it to end.
You just get Stockholm syndrome with the chat. Is that it?
Maybe. I mean, it's just so fun. You kind of get
Stockholm syndrome with the bike.
Yeah, I don't know. You get so into
I don't know.
it.
After 2 days, I'm like, I'm good, bro.
Well,
My ass
I will
needs
say, like,
a break.
It's kind of weird. Like day 2 is the worst day because day 2 you're tired from day 1,
Right?
Because you've just like exercised a shit ton.
I remember asking you this exact question.
Yeah.
And then you're like, actually, no, day 3 is the worst.
Day 3's pretty bad too.
I was like,
For me, it's either day 2 or 3. It depends.
Yeah.
This one, it was day 3. Last time I remember it was I remember day 2 was tough last time.
Yeah.
But it really depends on what happens on the day as well and like how good it is. But
Yeah.
generally, like if you haven't done it a lot, I think day 2 is the worst.
Yeah.
Because your body naturally, like it's so rare that you would exercise like quite a lot and then make yourself do it again the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty infrequent. So
'Cause
your body
I-
like is fucked.
I did even more prep for this time than I did last time, which I'm thankful for because last time was hell on day 1, but day 2 was pretty easy. This time it was like actually flipped where day 2 was the harder day. And if I didn't have that prep, my body would have like just
Yeah, you
probably
were killing it.
just probably shut down.
What did you do for prep?
Huh?
What did you do for prep?
Just go to the gym, watch Solo Leveling,
know
and
about
just go on the bike. Yeah. If I needed a mindless show to watch while also getting me hyped, but also keeping me on the bike, actually Solo Leveling's pretty damn
You
fucking
had good weather as well.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Your weather
This
was good.
was the
Your weather was
cyclothon
good.
I was promised from last year.
The revenge, you got
yeah,
it.
the revenge. I finally got it.
I
Yeah.
think Felix
I sell
had the
only
worst
best
weather.
gear,
It
tested
was
and
just
proven, and the prices
super
are set.
foggy.
Right.
You
You
couldn't
want to
see
haggle, then
like
go
at
find
one
a
point we
goggles.
genuinely couldn't see each other.
Oh shit.
And it was very trippy and very scary and cold and wet and you're just like, God, this fucking sucks. It wasn't raining, but when you were cycling you would get soaked because there's so much moisture in the air
Yeah.
that like you were just running into it essentially and it was just really odd. But it worked really well and we had so much tech stuff that had been improved and I was really just having a lot of fun and it's yeah, like you said, it's kind of weird because day 2 I'm kind of like, man, it's just kind of daunting, but by day 7 you're like, man, I'm kind of like
You're in the zone.
I'm exercising so much. I feel great.
Yeah.
I'm doing an amazing thing. Like I get to hang out with my mates. I get to raise money for a good cause. Get to streaming hours in. It's kind of like the perfect Venn diagram of like hitting everything. Like I'm getting my work done, so I don't feel bad about not working.
Yeah.
I'm exercising, so I feel great.
Yeah.
I get to eat a shit ton of food and travel cool locations.
Yeah.
Hang out with my mates all the time. So it's kind of like the best. Like I kind of like it is something I look forward to every year.
Nice.
And so I'll probably end up doing it every year for who knows how long.
Right.
Until your legs give out.
Yeah, probably until Chris is just like, fuck off. That's probably
No
when-
more.
Yeah. I think then I'll probably have to be like, all right, I'll pack it in. I'll do something else.
Yeah.
But I just really like. I mean, exercising is just fun, and being able to like. Because even though I'm eating like 7,000 calories a day and eating too many pastas and
Carb
pizzas,
loading,
and I'm definitely
yeah.
like not losing weight. I mean, just the fact that you're doing so much exercise is just amazing for your body.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And so being able to
definitely.
like find that excuse to be able to do that, because I do love exercising, but I also love playing video games. So I end up like I need to like it's good for
Balance
me
it
to at least
out.
have. I didn't really balance it out, but at least have this 1 month of the year where I'm fucking on top of shit and I'm like in insane shape. It's just fun. I don't know. It's just really, really, really fun, and the vibes are just immaculate when I'm
Yeah.
doing it.
Hell yeah,
And, being able to have the finish line as well, and this time we had trying to find a place was so hard, man, because you know we're trying to get the dates sorted, and we generally do get the dates sorted pretty far in advance, but not enough in Japan to rent a venue far in advance. Because Japan, to get a good venue, you need like 6 months in advance.
Yeah.
And we were trying to find a place that, you know, kind of had an iconic look or feel to it. And everywhere that we asked was just kind of booked out. And so I think next time I'll try and do it a little bit earlier if we do this again. But it was just tough, man, trying to find a place. And logistically a nightmare as well.
Yeah.
And each venue has its own headaches. Like that's another thing people don't see is that like I'm also trying to like to get the bike stuff sorted and plan out the route and get all that stuff and get Gaunt where you're supposed to be on which day. But then also the venue's like, oh man, if we put the screen on the grass, it's going to cost extra money. And I'm like, what the fuck? What is that?
It also is going to take an extra month of approval.
Yes.
Yeah, and then but this time it was really cool that I felt bad last time, even though I know I shouldn't feel bad because I know people just want to support and be there and take in the energy because we're asking people to come out, but it's not really like a show. You don't get anything for coming out. It's just like, do you want to be a part of the vibe?
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
It's the credits roll moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I still feel bad, and I want people to have a good time, and it was there as well, and you could get like
Oh.
monkey latte artwork,
Oh,
and it was
nice.
just like you could watch the stream
Yeah.
from the cafe or on the venue. So that was fun, and it was kind of like I'd like to think it was maybe like a fun like sports thing, being a part
yeah,
of like
yeah.
a show. So that
sure.
was
Yeah.
cool.
Hell yeah.
So that was a lot more fun, I think, this time. But I don't know, I wasn't there. But I should have.
I only assume.
Yeah.
Well, because we're only there for like 30 minutes, and it sucks because there's a lot of people there, so we can't really stop and chat with people afterwards.
Yeah.
either.
I mean,
So-
that's the way with like most meetups.
yeah,
a
it does
lot of
kind of
times.
suck. I wish there was a way where, people are like, why don't you do like a little like VIP meetup? I'm like, well, we just fucking cycled all day and we're kind of tired.
I
and-
want a
and,
break.
Yeah.
it's also a big emotional thing as well. And I'm like, it's a huge emotional thing for me because
Yeah.
I'm obviously crying as well because it's so like
Yeah.
amazing and so I don't. The last thing I want after this giant physical and emotional toll is, oh hey, what's up, man? Like a picture.
Let's take picture.
Like, and I not to say that I
No, I think
can't
that's
do it, but, like,
understandable.
Yeah,
That's
for me,
that's
understandable.
understandable.
I want to
Yeah.
just, and for us, we just wrap up and then I have to go and also unpack everything.
Yeah.
So the moment we're done, I'm like in my cycling gear and I'm unloading the shit to my house. It's like,
Yeah.
it's not exactly the fun after credits scene you imagine.
No,
we
I
do
think
get some
I think
beers after,
after
so-
I think after
Yeah.
all of that, you deserve to have a little time to disassociate for a little bit.
But
It's
yeah,
understandable.
It was really cool. And as well, there was a big conversation this year from a lot of the viewers who, people were worried. They were like, what if we don't hit the same amount of money as last year? I'm like, well, that was never a concern for me, like, in terms
Yeah.
of like hitting any particular milestone.
Yeah.
Any amount of money is good money.
Yeah, man. Like I went into it thinking of it as like a I've said this a lot, but like a GDQ kind of thing, cool thing that people can tune into once a year, where they can just they know every morning they'll have this background thing playing, or every evening they can tune in and they can enjoy. And if they want to donate, they can donate. If they don't want to donate, they don't want to. It's fine. So I was never really concerned about like if we hit a mill or not or anything like
Yeah.
that. I just wanted to do the event.
Yep.
But obviously, insane that we raised and beat last year's record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Fuck yeah.
It was it was really cool to hit it, and it was a lot of new people who because we've done this before, and I've had a lot of the big same donors who always show up. It's just really cool to have a lot of the viewers donate, and I like this event a lot in comparison to the auction. I like the in this event it's kind of built on a lot of people giving like $5-10, whereas
Yeah.
the auction was like a lot of we try and find the oil daddies and get
The
their money.
whales.
The whales, yeah.
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 So it's just cool, man. I just feel like the event's really fun. It worked out great, and hopefully, hoping the money can go and help a lot of people as well. So
Hell
it's
yeah,
just
dude.
been
Hell yeah,
really
man.
cool, and it was really fun and really emotional for me as well for a lot of
Yeah.
reasons. We had like Mouse join a lot more this year. and it was
Yeah,
really
I saw
fun.
that. That was a very nice touch.
Yeah, because I think she was really upset. Not upset, but like obviously really emotional and sad that she couldn't be there.
Yeah.
And last year especially. And so I really wanted to make her feel like she's at least more part of it this time.
Yeah.
So that was like really important. And that was really cool. So it was really, really fun. I mean, I don't want to, it's the same thing as always, just cycling, but it was really cool. I'm really glad I got to do it again. I'm really glad it went well.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So it was a lot
Looking
of fun.
forward to next year's.
Yeah. Are you going to cycle next year?
Maybe.
We'll get you on the bike eventually.
Yeah.
We'll get you on eventually.
Yeah.
We had obviously Felix joined again, gone, and Rob joined this time.
Yeah.
Rob
Oh,
showed,
Rob's a pro.
Rob showed us up.
Yeah.
Rob was crazy.
Yeah.
Rob does a cyclothon every day.
Rob stole my thunder as well because I'm like, guys, I just came back from Thailand, and little did I know that Rob also just came back from Thailand the day before me. Oh shit!
Yeah, he just came from Songkran.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was like, yeah, mate, just gonna fucking run it.
It's like, how many Ks are doing today? Oh, fucking easy.
Yeah, he did. He was like,
Yeah.
what? We're only doing 80. I was like, 80 is kind of a lot, man. Gaunt was doing 50.
Yeah, I
which
was
is
doing
pretty
50.
nice. That's a good amount. That's a
Yeah.
very chill amount. I would love to do that every day. But in the end, we had to do like 90 Ks and 100 Ks, and that was pretty brutal.
Yeah, Rob's a fucking machine,
Yeah.
bro.
Man, just cycling through cities, I always forget how it fucking sucks. Going through Sendai on a bike, not fun.
Yeah.
But also, cyclothon's great,
Okay.
and raising money's cool. But so is Expedition 33. It's peak.
Oh, you want to
I
talk
still
about?
haven't played it,
It's
dude.
peak.
I want to
It's
play it
peak.
so bad.
It's peak.
I want to play it so bad.
Why
You
have
know
you not
what?
played
It pains me to give a W to the French.
me too. It does suck.
Just
It does suck. It does
Just-
suck that the French have done it again.
We've already given a W to the French with my Madagascar trip. We're giving them another one today. Never happening again.
No, it's dude.
I know
So
I'm
peak.
gonna love the shit out
So
of this
fucking
game,
peak.
but I legitimately have just not had time to
It
play
is
games.
my obsession. It is. I don't know. I kind of half regret kind of like
You gotta finish it.
It took every bone in my body to
Yeah.
be like, no, do not play this now.
Yeah.
You need to wait to be on camera. And I'm like, fuck. I just want to load it up right now and just grind it a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, it's doing very well, very successful. It's
Yeah.
made by a team of 30-ish people.
Damn.
And a lot of, I think, freelancers they hired. But yeah, I mean, it's just genuinely fucking peak.
It's like reinventing turn-based, right? That's what I've heard.
Pretty much.
I mean, it's kind of
it takes elements of. Okay.
I've seen very little of this because I kind of want to just like go into a blind eventually.
Yeah.
But
So it's a little bit like, I guess, the Mario RPG, where it's like turn-based combat, but there's like you have inputs you need to do in order to, either dodge, parry, or strengthen your attacks.
Right.
But it is that system on absolute crack.
right.
yeah, it's so sick.
So I don't know if this is a controversial take. It might be a controversial take, but Final Fantasy system,
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII remake system.
Okay.
Right. So I am about 8 hours into it, and I know you're a big fan of it. So, I wanted to ask because I am waiting for that aha moment with that combat system because it's kind of like a mix between a turn-based system and a real-time combat system, right? It's kind of like a mix between.
Yeah.
So far, it just hasn't gelled with me.
Right.
It just I have tried and I keep trying, but that system I can see the vision and maybe I just haven't played enough of it, or maybe I'm just never going to get that system. But that is a system where it activates the turn-based part of my brain and it activates the real-time battle part of my brain without fully satisfying either part.
Yeah.
Right, and I've said this on stream, and and a lot of people really, really like the combat system. That is my experience. That has been my experience
I
with
think
the
it
system.
doesn't look fun, the battle system.
Right.
Personally.
That has been my feeling with the battle system. And as much as I try, because I keep trying to get back into it, and every time I go back, I'm just like, it just doesn't. It just hasn't gelled with me.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Maybe it's a me thing, right? With Expedition 33, this is like a different take that somehow. They say it's a turn-based system, but I'd say it's way more active than it is
Right.
like turn-based in a lot of ways. It is something that fully satisfies the active real-time battle part of my brain and the turn-based part of my brain. And there has never been a game that has been able to achieve that till now.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it is just like turn-based there. Like you do get your turn and you wait, but
Yeah.
like going on that it really feels active in your head because there's you never feel like you have a moment to breathe in these battles. Like you're like, shit, what am I gonna do? I gotta heal. Fuck. And if I miss this parry, I'm gonna die. And
Yeah.
And then so the main mechanic is parrying and dodging in fights.
Right.
Like you can hit them, and normally hitting the boost on your attacks is
That's pretty
easy. But a lot of bosses, they'll have like, the first enemy you encounter, they'll do a big telegraphed swing, but the sound effects and visuals are so meaty and it feels so good to parry something. And if you parry a whole attack successfully, you can counterattack.
Yeah.
Right.
And so like there is a massive edge you get if you're able to parry. But obviously
Well,
later on the bosses
It's
they start doing like 9-hit combos that you can perfectly parry, and it's basically a rhythm game.
Right.
Because you can listen to like just the audio cues to like
it's
hit
probably
it.
better with the audio cues.
Yeah, the
than
audio cue is
visual
way
cues.
better than the visual cue.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Really cool though.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to use this fucking
I know you're
analogy.
gonna say it.
I hate to
You're gonna
use
say
it.
it.
I'm
You're
gonna say it. I gotta
You
say it. I gotta
More.
say it. It's very similar to fucking
it's the
Dark
Dark Souls.
Souls. It's just very similar to Dark Souls. No, because like here's the thing that changes it from like being a turn-based to like an active real-time like combat system.
Yeah.
Which is you cannot get by this game purely on turn base. You need to learn how to dodge or parry. There is no way to get around it, because if you don't, and if you are unable to get this system, you are not going to be able to clear the game.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, there may be a way where you can build like a tank system, but for 90% of builds, you need this system.
Yeah, there was someone who was like, oh, look, if you put it on these difficulty, you can do a whole playthrough without dodging or parrying.
Yeah.
But obviously, like, difficulty. Whereas like on the expert mode, if you get hit once, you just die.
Yeah, I feel that by doing that as well, you take away like a core element of what makes the game fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, learning the parrying and stuff is very fun and satisfying, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the music is godlike.
Yeah, I've only heard like the best things about it, so I know I'm gonna love the shit out of this game.
Acting is phenomenal, and then they found like a SoundCloud composer. Not kidding.
Hell yeah.
And then like the writer, it's their first time writing, and the writing is phenomenal.
Damn.
Like all the characters, and I said this when I was playing the game, but you know, sometimes in JRPGs, there's a little bit of a tropiness that we lean into. And
cheesiness.
Yeah. And, you know, I think a lot of us who like JRPGs, fellas, am I right? Fellas, am I right? Who like
Welcome to the
JRPGs?
club, finally.
Yeah, I like them. I like them. Like, I think that there's that campiness or sometimes unrealistic dialogue that is really fun. Like, it's really, really nice. But it's actually kind of nice to have a bit more dialogue, a bit more grounded in something.
Yeah.
And a bit like sometimes the characters will say things I'm like, shit, that's what I would have said in this situation. Which is I've never said in a Final Fantasy game in my life. I've never said I would say that.
Well, it's kind of like the writer.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if watching like some modern blockbusters has just reprogrammed my brain to be like, they're gonna make a joke in this moment. They're gonna make a quippy quip.
Yeah.
And then they just like act it out, and I'm like,
yeah, it's really good.
Wait, this feels real. What's going on? There's no joke.
Oh my,
but like, there's still jokes in there, but it's something that occurs naturally from the situation, rather than funny characters saying funny.
Yeah, it's not like an Arnold Schwarzenegger one-liner.
No, it's really good, and there are a bunch of goofy characters in it that are really fun. Yeah, and like they just very funny. That's it. It really just feels fresh. I think that's like the main thing and why I think people are so excited about it.
Yeah. I know for a fact that I've seen like so many people being like, oh, you know, with this game and how it's like a system that actually like everyone is like really vibing with it, and you know, it's a fresh new take on the turn-based pressure to like, you know, Square Enix and Atlas and all these like big like JRPG makers to like potentially rethink.
I mean, the moment you fucking open the first battle, the menu looks like Persona.
Yeah,
like
it is.
Oh, really?
Like it looks, which I
say
think,
less.
which I think is just like that's just a natural evolution of how you present information, and I don't think that's fair to be like. Yeah, I think maybe you should have a more dynamic thing as opposed to having just a box on the bottom.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
I think it's a natural progression, definitely.
Like, and don't get me wrong, there are you know. And like when there's a new game that comes out that's really good and really innovative and really fun, you can't say a bad thing about it because people get really upset. But like, you know, some of the menus are kind of ass. Like when you want to find the Lumiere points, getting to the Lumiere is so weirdly placed. It's like you have to go in the menu, click the character you want, go down into the corner, then click this little menu that doesn't show you information, even though it's like arguably the most important thing for your character to know.
Right.
And so like, and it's very like minimal complaint, like, you know what I mean? But like even when I would say that, people would be like, "What the fuck? How dare you say anything like about this?"
I don't know. Like my experience with JRPGs is, or at least RPGs in general, that's just part of the experience.
Yeah.
And I always have this thing where it's so weird streaming RPGs or just RPGs in general, because you start up a game, right?
Yeah.
And then people are like, you got to do this, you got to do this, and I'm like, you are saying words, funny man.
Yeah.
And what I feel like what I miss from doing these things on stream is this natural point where I'm like 20 hours into the game, and I have done the tutorial, but nothing's actually come in, right? But it doesn't matter because you don't need to know all the systems until like halfway through the game.
Yeah.
And then you hit like this weird wall, and you're like, "Fuck, this doesn't feel right." And then naturally you start going to the menus, and you're like, "Oh, that's why this system is here." And oh, I can do this as well. Oh, I could have done this earlier to do with that boss, and blah 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 blah. And that to me is a much more effective way to like internalize the systems and learn it. And it's so weird being like flipping that round where being on stream, it's almost like the chat wants you to learn the system as it's immediately torture you in the
Oh my
tutorial,
God.
which is something I've never done. I've never
Yeah,
internalized the system.
you naturally would just learn it as you go a bit more.
Yeah.
and when it
You gotta
becomes more
experiment with
relevant.
it.
Yeah.
But, dude, streaming this game was miserable. People were so annoying in the chat, trying to backseat everything and trying to.
Yeah, another reason not to play RPG on stream.
Well, so classic RPGs and even now I've been streaming Dark Souls. Like that's been really fun because I feel like the communities around those games, because they're a bit older, they really fucking love the game and they just want people to experience it. Like anytime I played a Final Fantasy game, I've never had a problem with people being annoying.
Yeah.
Like people are so just excited.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my god, someone playing fucking Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's like they're like, dude, let's fucking go.
Hell
Whereas
yeah.
I think when a game is very popular in the moment, a lot of people like feel like they want to be like super knowledgeable about it. And
Sure.
it's just like, shut the fuck up. Just let me play the goddamn game.
Yeah.
But
Especially with something like Elden Ring, for example,
Yeah.
where there is a backseating in that is
oh my god, backseating in Elden Ring is
very,
crazy.
very, and you know what? It's like
They're not real gamers.
I understand
gamers.
it. I understand it because sometimes, because I know how annoying it is, but then sometimes you watch someone play and just
No, I know.
and just what are you doing? There is something guttural in you just to be like, I could fix
Yeah,
this
yeah.
so easily.
You just gotta shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah, just let people have fun with the game.
Yeah. Because the big thing about me is when I was playing Elden Ring, I was like, I want to do one thing. I want to do one build. I don't care about any other build. And people
Yeah.
are like, no, you got to try this. This is
Yeah.
stupid OP. And I'm like, no, I just want to parry. That's it. That's all I'm interested
This
in.
obsession with making like the most OP thing in a single player game blows my mind. So I'm like,
Yeah.
have you never had fun? Like, allow me to introduce you fun.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like you don't need the most OP thing.
Yeah.
You can enjoy a game without necessarily min-maxing every time. You
and
know?
like the fun thing is like making your own kind of like what you feel is like an OP build.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You know, maybe there is a combo that can one shot every enemy, but like, you know, I made it.
Unless you discover that organically.
Yeah, like I made my own like kind of like quadruple basic attack like combo thing, and I felt like, man, this is like a really fun build I made.
Yeah.
Like so I came up with it. I'm sure someone else has made it, but you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you put the
Yeah,
pieces
but
together.
you put the pieces together.
And that's really satisfying and to see that plan work, as opposed to being like going to YouTube and this is the most broken build in Expedition 33, and then it's
Yeah.
like put this on, and you're like, okay, well, good. I've used no thought to make a thing that steamrolls a game that's supposed to be fun. Like
Yeah.
this is not fun for me anymore. Like
Yeah.
maybe when I get to like that insane raid boss and I need a bit of help and I'm struggling.